valuable card
There
from
we go.
Pokemon's original
There we
1996
go.
release in Japan
There we
sold for
go.
$324,000.
300 thou wow. 300 thou wow. 1996 Pokemon Japanese base set Holo Charizard, no rarity. Arito Auto, number 6, PSA 10, $324,000 with 35 bids.
In 2022. And honestly, the card is weird for so many reasons. We're talking about a Japanese base set Charizard, graded PSA 10.
Yeah, that's okay. So if it's Japanese base set is like Japanese lettering and stuff like that. So it will be worth more if it has Japanese base. Okay.
But when it comes to collecting vintage Japanese cards, there's a problem. A big one. Japan didn't use first edition stamps on their
Yeah, okay. See? Same card, but this one is in English.
earliest print runs. And if you've ever compared the value of an English first edition Charizard to an unlimited copy, you know exactly how big of a deal that is. But luckily for collectors, the Pokemon Company made a mistake. Also a big one. The first batch of Japanese base set cards accidentally left off the rarity symbol, which on Charizard would have been a little black star. Ironically, what are now known as no rarity base set holos are actually the rarest versions of these cards that exist. And combine that with the fact that it's the very first official holo Charizard ever printed, and yeah, the price starts to make sense.
Let me see if some actually still sold. What is it called? I'm stupid. Fucking cards in my face. 1996 Pokemon Japanese set, Japanese base. Let me look up Japanese base, see if it pop up. No, that can't be it. This can't be it.
Oh
No.
yeah, and to top it off, this particular copy has a Mitsuhiro Arita signature on the case, not the card.
Japanese
so while
base
it's definitely not the prettiest
set,
display piece on the list, it
holo
might just be the one with the most
chart.
history. And trust me, things only get crazier from here.
Dang, for real?
Thankfully, we don't have to wait long for that to happen, because
Not
our next
seeing it.
card
That bit don't
has
even
a
pop
current
up.
asking price of $2 million. In June 1997,
My
Pokemon
computer's-
held its very first official trading card tournament in Chiba, Japan.
I didn't
4
do
Japanese
it.
brackets, 4 champions.
What is
And featured a
happening?
walkaway card that basically doubled as a golden ticket. The Trophy Pikachu #1 train.
Yo, I did not do. My PC is running mad slow.
Racked up a winning bid of over $300,000 at a heritage auctions in 2023. And then the #1, rated a PSA 8, popped up on eBay with a $2 million asking
It didn't
price.
sell though. It didn't sell. It didn't sell. And that's a PSA 8 for 2 M's.
And nearly 800 watchers. Conservatively, collectors peg a mint #1 somewhere north of $500,000. Honestly, not too surprising. It's the very first Champions Trophy in Pokemon history. Signed
my
off by
camera.
features long before the World Championships even existed. And if you think that's crazy, well, you're right, because it is. But if you really want to see how crazy people can get with their cardboard Pokémon
Yes, I want to
monsters,
see.
just
I want to
wait
see.
until 1998.
3 million.
Welcome to 1998, where a children's
Hold on. These are the cards. Hold on.
Welcome to
These are the cards. These are the cards. We have Charizard, Pikachu. Bro, my camera. Oh my fucking gosh. Pikachu. Hold on. Let me. Okay. Charizard, Pikachu, Charizard. I don't know who that is. Who them niggas? Who this? Charizard. Who that? Pikachu. Who that? I don't know none of y'all, boy. I don't know none of y'all. Damn, I'm a fucking loser.
1998, where a children's art
But we go
contest
learn. We go
accidentally
learn.
birthed the most expensive Pokemon card on Earth. Actually, it's just the most expensive trading card, period. Sorry, Black Lotus. Now, almost 30 years ago, the Koro Koro comic ran a create
I was
your own
not
Pokemon
alive.
card contest. Kids would sketch out their best rendition of their favorite Pokemon and mail it into Koro Koro. Just 39 kids won. Their prize? A one-off card that doesn't look like anything else that's ever been printed. The card that reads Illustrator instead of Trainer, with a Pikachu front and center. Art supplies in hand, celebrating your new career as an 8-year-old graphic designer. But here's the catch. With only 39 winners, only 39 copies are believed to exist today. And most never left Japan. They weren't sold, pulled from packs, or handed out at tournaments. Just shipped in a padded envelope to a few unsuspecting winners who probably stuck them on their fridge. Fast forward to adulthood, and those fridge magnets are now worth far more than their weight in gold. In terms of record sales, in 2013 it went for a nice cool 100K. In 2019, we upped the stakes to 195K. And in 2022,
I wonder, like, if
things got really out of hand when a public auction landed at 900K.
but did it sell? But I wonder, like, I don't like if someone buys a card, say you have the same card or whatever. If it sold for 900,000, would you sell it or would you keep it? Because at that point, it could just keep going up and up and up. But it could also, but now it would never lose value because it was only 39 made. And it's never gonna be any card that ever looks like that ever. But if it sells for 900,000, would you sell it or would you still keep it to wait for it to go up to like million, 2 million, 3 million, or just never? You have no plans of selling it at all. No. It'll probably depend on where I'm at. Like if I'm broke as hell, I ain't gonna lie, the car gotta go. The car gotta go. I gotta sell it for a quick M, get that little M, move on about my life.
And in
But if I'm doing decent though, I just keep it.
2022, things got really out of hand when a public auction landed at 900K. But all of that is nothing compared to the 5.275 million that YouTuber Logan Paul.
Oh, I forgot about. That was real? I hate this keyboard. Jesus Christ, I say this every day. I do. I hate the keyboard. I remember he did a video like that. I know, not this one. I think it was this one. Yeah, I used to watch him back in the day. It was this one. Wait, is it? Oh no, this is not the Japanese one though. Wait, he got this car for real? Hold on.
Ken, it's live, and there's one bid. Okay, really? Already?
He actually got the card. This shit was 3 weeks ago. Hold on. We taking a side break.
Hey, live, Ken, it's live, and there's one bid. Okay, really? Already? Yes. 620,000.
Yeah, I think this the one I seen. Wait, so he did it again. Oh, he sold it. Oh, right. Yeah, I did see this back then.
Before launching myself off the...
And I think this is around the time where like people were saying like, nah, you didn't buy it. It was fake. It was fake. It was this vid. It was fake. I seen this vid. I watched this vid before.
I even had the opportunity to find one about a year ago, but it ended up being fake. So I jokingly punched through a window and spent the night in the hospital with 9 stitches in my arm.
But he actually got it. Can I see it? $5.3 million. And then he sold it like 3 years later. Yeah, 3 years later he sold it.
Hey, well.
How much did he sell it for though?
Thank you. I've been kicking in the door, we gon' run him up. They say I'm a good husband and father.
Did he sell it? Oh no, he ain't sell it yet. He's selling the current. Oh, whoa, this shit gonna sell. He bought it for 5.3 though. Logan Paul's world record holding Pikachu Illustrated has, as seen on King of Collectibles, the Golden Touch PSA Gem MT10 Pop 1 includes custom diamond necklace. Hold on, bit. He giving away a custom diamond necklace with it. He's giving away a custom diamond necklace with it. And you get that bitch hand delivered by him himself. And right now it's at 5.1. It's at 5.1 right now. It started at 500,000. But right now it's at 5.1. I mean, you getting worth more than what he paid it for. If it sells for 5.1, because apparently he bought it for 5.3. So he bought it for $200,000 more. What it's alright, but it still has 2 weeks until it's over. But this shit's gonna sell though for over $5 million. That's fucking crazy. Even he paid $5 million, but it's about to sell for $5 million. But he's offering more than what he paid, like what he paid for though. Like you get a real diamond necklace. A real diamond necklace on top of the fucking card itself. Crazy.
Paul paid for the only known PSA 10 copy. The deal consisted of a PSA 9 that Logan purchased for $1.275 million and $4 million in cash. Let's just hope this remains
Oh. So he gave away the 9, the grade 9 and the 4
a
mil.
record for any trading card ever, because my poor little heart can't take it. If you can believe it, the Pikachu Illustrator is only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to
Damn,
1998.
bro.
Subscribe to the channel if you want to see an entire video about what is without a doubt the most insane year in the trading card world. I'm not sure what Kool-Aid the Pokemon Company was drinking in 1998, but they went off the rails with some of the cards they let off their printing press.
Pokemon is so much fucking wow.
On January 9th, 1999, the Pokemon TCG finally landed in the United States with its first international release of the base set. Unsurprisingly, given what we saw in Japan, the US launch was a countrywide affair. And once again, at the center of it all was our friend the orange fire-breathing lizard. Owning a Charizard was every kid's dream, and many kids that were not me managed to get their hands on one. But what most people don't understand is exactly how small the first edition print run of the base set actually was. Because unlike in Japan, the English release did manage to get an indicator of its earliest print run. And out of the 4,600 copies that have been graded with PSA, only 125 have graded the Gem Mint 10. So while it's not nearly as rare as some of the cards on this list, given that there are literally thousands of copies in existence, Charizard is and has always been the face of the game. It's therefore not too surprising that a copy sold in March 2022 for just under $500,000. Or if you're still saying, maybe it is surprising.
I want to know how crazy it is if like one day, I don't know, one day you just walk into like a Walmart or a Target and you just say like, you weren't even going in to buy no pack. You just say, fuck it. Why not? It's $7 for a pack, bro, for a little booster pack. You go in there, you spend $7 on a pack. And you just pull the craziest card. $400,000, $100,000, $100,000 card. Crazy.
Up next, we have a card that is a step below Charizard on the Pokemon Power Rankings, but somehow not by much. Picture the hype of Pokemon Silver dropping on Game Boy Color. Everyone immediately fell in love with Lugia. The box art, the movie star, the psychic sea dragon that takes on 3 legendary birds at once, and the TCG wasted no time cashing in. Neo Genesis hit Japanese shelves in late '99 and flew into English packs in early 2000, headlined by one spectacular
That
Rainbow
quality,
Swirl
but
Hollow,
back in the
Lugia,
day.
number 9 out of 111. Now here's where things get a little crazy. Unlike base set Charizard, Lugia's problem isn't print quantity, it's print quality. Neo Genesis was notorious for off-center cuts, factory dents, and hollow scratches right from the pack. PSA has graded roughly 5,000 first edition Lugias, yet only around 40 have ever earned the Gem Mint 10. As a result, prices look suspiciously like mortgage down payments. In 2018, a PSA 10 sold for $36K. Everyone thought that was crazy. Then in January 2021,
See, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I would be so mad, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that would be mad. Like, wait, what year did that sell?
10 sold for $36. Look suspiciously like mortgage down payments. In 2018, a
2018. Like, bro, 2018, he sold it for $36,000. 3 years later, it sold for over $100,000. Now, $36,000 is still a lot of money, bro, but $36,000 to over $100,000, like, I would dead be mad, bro. That's a oh shit. What the fuck is that?
PSA 10
Like,
sold
you
for
could
$36K.
you could never know how long you gotta hold some shit for, bro. You just gotta hold it though.
Everyone thought that was crazy. Then in January 2021,
Like
during the boom,
144,000.
another PSA 10 auctioned for $144,300, quadrupling the old record. The combination of its heavy
I'd be
hollow
so
pattern,
tight, bro. I'd
the
be
absurdly
hating,
low
bro.
likelihood of a 10, and good old-fashioned Gen 2 nostalgia makes Lugia a surprising contender against our Lizard Overlord. But really, we're just getting started, because as we roll into 2001, the hobby finds entirely new ways to separate collectors from their life savings. Ready to trade binder pages for beach towels? Because in 2001, Pokemon decided the best way to crown a champion was to fly 24 kids to Honolulu, Hawaii, lock them in a ballroom at the Hilton, and hand out a prize so rare, most collectors didn't even know it existed until a few years ago. This tournament was officially called the International Tropical Mega Battle. Instead of booster packs, each kid was handed a sealed, pre-built 30-card VS deck printed just for the event. To add some extra flair, at the last minute, Media Factory swapped out Tyranitar for an exclusive holo called Tropical Breeze, or Tropical Wind in English, and then ran the rest of the list in each player's native language. That means the American competitors got English cards, the German got German cards, and so on. The result? 17 of the 30 cards in every deck exist nowhere else on Earth.
But imagine if, like, I don't know if that's even possible, but like, imagine if someone never opened their pack. You get what I'm saying? Like, they got the pack and they just put that bit in a bag or something like that. Like, they never opened the pack. How much would that be worth? Because you know the cards that's in it, because they all got the same cards, but like, the pack never been opened. That'd be wild.
Several language versions, like French and Italian, have still never surfaced publicly. Because only these players received them, the number of decks that exist is tiny. 11 in Japanese and 12 split across every other language. That's it. No staff spares, no prize wall leftovers, no second printing. For years, collectors argued about whether a complete deck even survived. But that debate ended in April 2023 when Heritage Auctions ran a pristine, CGC graded English deck that sold for an eye-watering $175,000. So while the rest of the world was busy cracking packs of Neo Discovery, 24 kids were chilling in Waikiki with what would become one of the rarest products in the game's history tucked under their arms. It's a 6-figure souvenir that perfectly captures the moment when Pokemon's competitive scene went global, and when the hobby proved it could make even a 30-card deck feel like buried treasure. Flip the calendar to March 2002,
all this shit is before me,
and
bro.
Pokemon's tournament circuit has a new name, Battle Road. Over 5
all
weekends,
this shit is before
9
me.
regional events pop up across 7 Japanese cities. Each one a pressure cooker that hands out exactly 3 personalized trophy cards per age division. The star of the show, however, is the Silver Foil number 2 trainer, awarded to the second place finisher. Most of these cards went to boys, but this particular copy went to a girl. A detail the card itself proudly prints in the text and even nods to in the artwork. Our best guess is that only 2 female number 2 trainers were minted across the entire Sprint series, making it rarer than any other prize card from that year. But that's not all. 2002 was the final year winners got their name printed directly on the card, and it landed right as Pokemon was switching from the classic card frame to the E-Series layout. Combine last personalized design with tiny print run, and you get a grail that almost never surfaces. So what's it worth? A male number 2 trainer has already cleared the mid 5-figure mark in consecutive Fanatics auctions, so chances are this one could easily reach 6 figures. And if you're tired of all these prize cards, don't worry, because starting in 2003, the Pokemon Company started printing more insanely valuable cards.
Let me see what I could have got.
Could pull right out of a booster pack. Early in the year, Wizards of the Coast knew their Pokemon license was expired.
Bro, nigga just...
So they decided...
Bro, this nigga just telling me something. Bro, you about to get me mad, bro. Like, bro, niggas getting disrespectful.
Decided to drop the mic on the way out. Enter Skyridge, the final English set Wizards of the Coast would ever print, and one they barely bothered to ship. Estimates put the print run at a fraction of the base set, which is why unopened Skyridge boxes now sell for the price $150,000 of a luxury sedan. Now hiding inside those boxes is the star of 2003, the Crystal Charizard. Unlike earlier holos, this card features Charizard in a translucent rainbow foil frame. Pull rates for one of these were actually not so bad, roughly 2 crystal cards per booster box. And with 7 crystals in the set, your odds of pulling the one you want were actually okay. But like I said before, this set was unpopular, sold horribly, and Wizards really couldn't care less at this point. So the total population for Crystal Charizard is extremely low, with PSA having graded only around 250 gem mint copies. That's why these PSA 10s often go for tens of thousands, and sometimes even closer to 35k. Even lower grades easily break 4-figure bids, because, well, it's a Charizard from the most elusive set of the WotC era. With Wizards gone, Nintendo and the Pokemon USA took the reins in 2004 and decided the hobby needed a brand new chase mechanic. Their answer was the Gold Star, recognizable by a...
But this little freaky bird worth a lot? Flip a coin if tails, discard a fire energy card attached to Torchy. If your opponent has only 1 prize card left, this attack does 20 damage plus 50 more damage and the defending Pokemon is now confused. Is that comp? That's comp strats? That's comp strats or what?
trademark icon next to the name, and artwork featuring color-shifted shiny fan favorite Pokemon. Oh yeah, and absolutely atrocious pull rates that were
I'm guessing his weakness, water.
completely unheard of at the time. More on that in a bit. The very first set to feature Gold Stars came out that fall, EX Team Rocket Returns. And hiding deep in that expansion was a bright yellow, shiny chicken. On paper, Torchic shouldn't stand out toe-to-toe with Charizard or Lugia, but scarcity changes everything.
That last
Gold
chicken,
Stars
bro.
averaged 1 per 2 booster boxes, and with 3 in the set, your odds of seeing the Fire Chick were about 1 in 6 boxes, assuming your local card shop even ordered any, because post-e-reader sales were an absolute free-fall. The result? PSA has graded
Damn, only 19? Only 19?
fewer than 20 Torchic Gold Stars at Gen Min. That math turned a humble Gen 3 starter Pokemon into a collecting grail, with a PSA 10 selling for 25 grand in 2020, and more recently another copy going for 35 grand at a heritage auction in 2024. So in 2024, Pokemon proved you don't need a dragon or a legendary to mint a grail. All you need is a pint-sized Firebird, a microscopic pull rate, and just enough Gen Min survivors to start a bidding war.
2005.
Well, let's keep that energy going, because 2005 cranks the Gold Star dial even harder and unleashes a card so rare.
This card fire. I don't even gotta see this card tough.
It makes Torchic look common. Enter the Umbreon Gold Star 70,000 point play promo. A shiny Umbreon that made every Evolution fan completely lose their mind. To get one, you had to earn 70,000 experience points through Japan's Pokemon Players Club. And doing so was no joke. By most estimates, it would take participating in over 191 events to get there. And the wildest part, people actually did it. Not many though. Even today, only about 50 copies have ever been graded by PSA. And since Japanese print quality tends to be top-notch, nearly half of them have received the PSA 10. One of those 10 sold in early 2024 for $180,000. A cool 6 figures for a non-trophy card that came in an unprotected white envelope in the mail. This card is everything that makes Pokemon collecting so insane.
So that's why. Is that why it was so hard for it? Nah, that card does look tough.
And it was never meant for the casual fan. It exists because
that card does look tough, but
cared way too
that's
much.
okay. So that's probably why it's not a lot of PSA 10s, because it was just packaged in the like regular mail
And
in
because
the envelope.
Pokemon Company somehow found a way to make a participation program produce one of the most valuable cards in the world. And just in case you were wondering, yeah, we're not quite done with Gold Stars. This video is part 1 of a 3-part series. If the other 2 parts are released, they'll be right here.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, we go watch this one in a couple days. Not gonna lie.
In 2006,